Yeah, good evening. Last session we discussed about few basic elements. Yesterday's session, all notes is already there in one document. That's the reason I haven't uploaded that because the same things are there already. I showed you a document now, a complete HTML document. In that, those are there already. So I am not uploading which are already there. I am uploading which we are newly discussing in the class every day. So what we discussed in last session is the HTML basic elements in the body. In that, we learned about how to handle line breaks, how do we handle blank spaces, and how do we use pre-formatted text. We discussed about headings, titles, title, how you keep a title. We learned about headings. We learned about paragraphs, and we discussed about how do we use block how do we present all in the body section we have to learn, right? Graph, what is block code? That is the block codes and paragraphs, how to or you can design multiple definitions for one term. That's your wish. I will show you. See, generally, why we need this kind of presentation? Suppose I will take one example here. Terms.html. Let's design the HTML page. Doc type HTML, HTML head title I will give as terms and definitions. And here we will give the body section, and we will write generally like this HTML. So it is a markup language, and it is used for presentation. Like this I define. And CSS, it is used to define styles. Okay. And JavaScript, something like this we have, and it is used as language. So this is language for interactions with HTML, something like this. Actually, already we learned that it is going to display everything in the same one line. Now, in this, whatever we designed here, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, these are terms. Under the term, you have definition. Then we have an habit of writing like this. All this is kept in a DL. DL is a data list. In this, every term is defined by using DT. That means HTML is a DT, data term. Similarly, CSS is a data term. Similarly, JavaScript is a data term. And every term contains definitions. This is a definition. That means we put with DD, that is definition. This is another definition. Under one term, you can have multiple definitions. Now you see here another CSS. Under CSS, it is a data definition. And under JavaScript, we have a data definition. And you will see that finally it looks like this now. And you can observe the basic design initially. When you observe here, you will see that the terms and the definitions alignments are different. All terms at one place, all definitions at one place. Now what we can do is, because we already know little bit styles, we will add a style. Wherever data term is there, DT, we will put a background color, some gray. We will put some color as white, and we will put some padding as 4 pixels, and you can see the appearance will be in this way. That means we are presenting the terms and definitions. So the way of presenting the terms and definition, you can put in any way. And usually terms and definitions are used for this kind of presentation. That means we have a category, under category some list, another category, under that I will show you various styles of this. Basic is how we can present the terms and definitions. And very important, under one term, there can be several definitions. Under one, for one definition, there can be several terms also. For example, see, I will write here HTML and another DT I am writing. So like some hypertext markup language like this I am writing. It looks like this. And if you want some space between every term, you know what to do. We can use margin bottom, right? Margin bottom, I will give as 10 pixel for every term. Then it will get like this. That means you can have multiple terms. You can have multiple definitions. You can have one term, one definition. You can have only definition without terms. It's your wish, depending on requirement. But mostly we use with the combination of terms and definitions. we use with terms and definitions. This is called data list. In that there can be any lengthy paragraph. That means under data definition, you can put lengthy paragraph. Suppose I copied a paragraph here. I'm copying a paragraph here, and I'm displaying that paragraph here at the end. Just here, I will put some paragraph. It looks like this. And very important is under that you can keep, remember, these are all containers. You can keep anything under it. It's not only text. You can put pictures, you can put graphics, you can design forms, everything we can keep. Currently, we learned only text. Later, you can learn with images, links, and various other type of contents. Usually, that is basic presentation of terms and definitions. And you see, in this definition, if you want, you can keep a paragraph. And for this paragraph, we can keep align. I can keep like justify. Then it will display justified. And you can see that paragraph have some break above and below already. So terms and definitions are used for this concept. So there are so many ways of presentation. I will show you. This is one option. Observe, I will copy this. Today I will upload these examples because these are little different. What is already in the notes, from that little different examples today we will design. So I will upload all these to the classroom. So this example contains the basic design. Actually, the terms and definitions are presented in different ways. So as a developer, one problem you have to face in real time is you are UI developers. That means you are going to build lot of interfaces, full stack developers, but majority of your work will be user interface. Then what problem as a learner you will face in the beginning days of the works is you are unable to identify which element is used for this design. That you have to get experience while learning the technology. That is the reason for one concept I am showing you a lot of scenarios. So because you learned that concept, but point is you have to know how that learned concept is used in real world requirement. That means in companies generally, they ask a design to create. Now many people will come that, sir, I haven't learned this design. I learned HTML, but I haven't learned how to design this. So what a company needs, exactly that requirement you will not learn here. You will not learn here. You will learn the concept of how to use an element. According to the company's requirement, you must able to implement that element. Right? That means even I give you that one company project requires like this. In another project, they need another way of presentation. That means as a developer, we should know that all these are designed using this element only. I will show you the consequences you can understand. See, generally, one idea now you will fix in your mind that terms and definition means a heading will be there. Under that, some paragraph will be there. But see how these terms and definitions are presented in various ways. Observe carefully. Now I will remove this part here and see I'm creating another data term, first data list, and I will remove these styles also now. I will remove these styles. Now you see we have a data list with the data term. In this data term, I'm giving as some username. So, or I will display some product details. Suppose I am writing like product name. Under the data definition, we have some Samsung TV. And another data term is price. And data definition, some price. And another data term is stock. and data definition, I said some available. Like this, I defined and data term shipped to, and I defined data some Hyderabad. Okay, now you see it looks like this terms and definitions. Actually, generally people when they look at terms and definition, they look like this terms and definitions. But see what I am doing now. I will go to the data list. Now tell me how to divide this into columns. To divide into columns, I'm using display. Display as what? Grid. Okay. How many columns? Grid template. Columns. One is, so suppose 3 fractions. Another one will be 9 fractions. Out of 12, we have given. And observe here, wherever data term comes, I given here for every data term margin bottom 20 pixel and background color as some gray and color as some white. Now you will see that it looks like this. And suppose I given padding as 4 pixels and wherever data definition is there for data terms and data definition, suppose data definition also margin bottom as 20 pixel definition and background color. So background color, suppose light gray. So suppose or say light yellow. I just given light green, something like this. And that is the appearance I given and padding as same 4 pixels I given. That means it looks like this now. Now, if I show this directly to anybody on the screen, he thinks that this is not data list and terms. He thinks that this is some table. If I haven't explained that this is terms and definitions, I showed you this screen, you will miscommunicate. That means you will think that what is this used? That means as a newcomer, when you are learning the technology, this is the problem that you will face is once you see the design, you must able to know what might be used to design it. So that you will get while learning the technology. With experience, you will gain it. With experience, you will understand because for every concept, I will tell you different scenarios. Then that will make you understand that, okay, this kind of presentation also done with this concept only. Otherwise, generally people who learn terms and definitions, they will, if I show this screen, they will ask like, sir, what you used here? Is it a table? Because table looks like this. It looks like rows and columns, but it is not a table. It is a data list and terms. Data list and terms. That the way of presentation will be different. Concept is same. Then way of presentation will be according to the requirement. There will be so many techniques. This is one. Okay. I will copy this example also so that you can practice. This is another example. Okay. The previous example was plain terms and definitions. Second one, I showed you that we can arrange these side by side and keep the content side by side. Next, see here, generally, we use this for various other situation also. Let's take another example. So here I am designing a navigation. Now, I am designing a navigation. In this navigation, I'm creating a data list. In the data list, I'm creating data term. So electronics. So in electronics, I define data definition. Data definition as suppose mobiles. Another data definition, some watch. So another data definition, television. So vision. Okay. Like this, so many options, some speakers, all these are defined. Another data term I'm giving, data term, some footwear. So here I defined here, so some options like casuals. So, and sneakers. Okay. And here we define some running like this. So, and walking like this. And we configured boots like this. And we have another data term, some fashion. So we have like data term, data definitions. So men's clothing. So like, so women's clothing like this. So many options we have defined. Suppose kids clothing. So, and say winter wear. So like this, we have so many options. And observe here, the point is these are terms and definitions. But what happens here is, see, under every definition, actually this is one category. Under that, I am adding so many options. I am adding so many options. So many categories are there. Under this, again, under this footwear, I will copy some more options here. That means so many other options here. I'm adding, just I'm pasting some content here. Okay. And under the fashion, I will copy that. I'm repeating the same, so many contents will be there. Now observe carefully here. I am defining all this, and I will go to the style, and I will say data term, wherever data term is there. So background color as black, and I will put color as white, and I will give padding as 4 pixel, and you can see width as some 200 pixels, and it looks like this now. And here what happens here is, these are categories, and suppose I'm scrolling this now. When I'm scrolling this, you can see that this category scrolls up, the rest of the contents are there. I have a lot of categories of information. I have to scroll a lot. And see, the simple technique generally what people do is this data term. So the position of data term is sticky. Previously, we learned a position called fixed. Fixed. Fixed means you can keep it wherever you want. But sticky means it will stay where it is. It will stay where it is. But once it reaches to specific position, it can fix there. It will currently stay where it is. But when it reaches to specific position, it can stick to that position. That means I can give here where to stick. Top, once it goes to top 0 pixel, it should stick. Once it goes to top 0 pixel, it should stick. Up to 0 pixel, it will be where it is. That means you see no difference here. There is no difference. But when I scroll this now, you can see that the scroll bar is scrolling. That means now electronics will stick to top and rest of content will be scrolling. And my next category will be coming, the footwear, and footwear stick there, and the next content will be scrolling. And the next content comes with the fashion, and that will be scrolling. And I'm expanding this, then the fashion gets it, and the footwear gets it, and this will be there. Their position is there only, where you kept there only. But once they reach top 0, they fix to that position, sticks. So this is sticky position. This is the sticky position. This kind of presentation, generally, if I don't tell that these are terms and definitions, people are confused. They don't know that terms and definitions can be defined in this way also. That means there are various consequences of presentations. So that is what you will get while learning various examples and exercises. You have to practice the exercises I am giving in class. From next level onwards, for every day, I will give you some tasks. You have to practice them. If you can practice, then you will get more idea on various types of presentation techniques, right? Because if you go wrong, I will help you what to do, then you can understand that. So this is another technique of presenting terms and definitions. So this is another technique of terms and definition. This is another example. So now you have seen three things here. So terms and definitions, they are presented in a plain concept. Terms and definitions, they are often used in columns. Terms in one column, definition in another column. Terms and definitions are used with a scrollable approach so that they can show multiple categories of information. You can scroll once, you can stick once, it reaches to that particular position. So this is all about only one concept, means how do we use a data list. So with the terms and definitions, the way of presentation depends on the requirements, right? Initially, this is one concept you need to understand. Next important, after understanding the terms and definitions, next we have details and summary. Details and summary. So how we can configure details and summary? Actually, details is a collapsible container. It's a collapsible container. Details is a collapsible container. So it is defined by using details token. Details is the tag. And details container can contain any kind of information within it, within within the context. Within the context, it can contain anything inside it. It can contain anything inside it, right? Anything can be there within the context of details. Actually, so details uses summary. It uses summary to summarize. That means to display title for details you define. That means details uses summary to display title for details you have defined. That means generally we write like this. This is details. In details, you can keep any content. Any content you can keep here, and you can enclose in details you can keep in details. But for all this content, there will be summary. That means we write a summary. Every details will have a summary. In this summary, we will put the title for the content you are presenting below. That means what is the content you are presenting below. For that, you keep a summary for that. That's what actually the concept of details and summary. For example, we will see here. That means now how we can configure details and summary. So let's see. That is the basic syntax, how we design details with summary. And remember, every details is independent. That means you can create such details so many. Every details contains only one content and one summary. You can create like that any number of details. For example, see now. Let's go to the design here and clean up this terms and definitions. In the navigation only, in the navigation, I'm just giving like this. Let's do one thing. In the navigation, I'm just giving details. Details I define. In this, I'm creating a data list with directly data definition. I don't want terms. I don't want any terms. I want directly definitions. I already told you we can have a data list with only terms, only definitions your wish. Only definitions I am giving here, and I will put here as suppose television like this. Let's copy this. Already we have now here. So in this above example, so these are all under electronics, mobile, television, speakers. I will copy these all these definitions under it. Okay, I will copy them. This is one set. Now these are belonging to a category. We will keep a summary for this. Summary is this belongs to what? Electronics. That's how we define. This is one details with a summary. Similarly, you can have a lot of details like that. That means I created another details and summary as some footwear, and under that we will put a data list and we will keep all the data definitions. So where these footwear will be there, copy, I will keep those data definitions. Now what is the advantage of these details and summary? So like that you can add in many. You see the output, it looks like this. This is details and summary. That means now you click on electronics, it expands that in display. You click on footwear, it expands that in display. That means it is a collapsible container. It's a collapsible container. You can collapse or you can expand you want. You can keep anything inside it. There can be anything. You can put a picture or form or anything inside it. This is a collapsible container. But what happens is by default when you open page, so every container is collapsed. Then what you can do is you can use one option here. That means what you can do is you can use open attribute. You can use open attribute for details. You can use open attribute for details to keep the to keep the details open always. Always. So that means to keep the details open always whenever the page loads. Of course, it will open always. You can close it if you want. But whenever you open, it will be in open state only. For example, you see here, when I open the page, so electronics, footwear, both are collapsed. What I will do is, I will give this footwear details with open. If I give open as an attribute for that, then you can see footwear is open by default. You can keep open for both of them, but actually we don't collapse all. We collapse all and we keep only one open. That will be the default one to open. And very important is this kind of presentation is very common. That means you have to define like this. We have to keep details with an open. Details with an open option we have to configure. Now, this is very regularly seen in various locations, multiple categories. Actually, you see, suppose we have Amazon. This is Amazon. I will open to Amazon sign-in page. In the Amazon sign-in page, you see need help. You can see here, this is details and summary only. That means now what happened? I click on that. It will open those details. That's a details and summary. Only the point is that is not ordinary text. They given some links there. That links you are going to design in later stage. So that means this is details. You can expand or collapse. Expand or collapse. That's what they have designed there. That means what they have done here. That means they given a details and the summary for the details as per this site. They have need help. That means the summary is need help. And under this, they given some data list with the data definitions, and they can keep like forgot password, another data definition as suppose forgot ID, so user ID. So like this we can define. Now you can see here it will display need help with that contents. The space between them, how you place between. See, if I don't use a data list, so and data definition, suppose I am using both as DT, right? I'm using both as DT. That means both are data terms. So if I give both as data terms, not definition, Now obviously alignment will be like this. Your wish, you keep anywhere you want, how you want to display. You can keep line spacing, you can keep a margin bottom top, anything you can apply by using effects, right? This is a basic example of generally how we can use details and summary. Example, I will post that. So we have two important things discussed. One is how do we define data list and details and summary. This is data list and the details and summary. Next important, we have field set and legend. Field set and legend. Another important is field set and legend. Actually, field set is a container with frame. All containers are empty actually, empty containers, but this container is also empty but with a frame. A container with by default frame. It will have a frame, container with frame. Actually, it comprises of, that means it is defined. It is defined by using field set. It is defined by using field set. And very important is every field set can have a legend. Every field set can have a legend. It summarizes, actually legend summarizes this legend summarizes the topic, summarizes the topic in field set. What is the topic in field set? It is summarized by using this legend. That is the concept of field set and legend. Generally we write like this: we have a field set, and inside the field set you can keep any content you want. That means here you can keep your content. And same like details and summary, here field set will have a legend defines the title. For that legend you can configure. Legend actually defines the title for what contents. It same looks like details and summary, but you will see what it looks like, right? See, now suppose I'm designing like this. So I'm creating like this. Let's create here. So the form, okay, let's remove this. Yeah, now I'm designing here a field set. We have a field set. In this field set, directly I'm using a data list with the terms and definitions. In that we have terms and definitions in the field set. Suppose I said, so name, okay, I will say some first name. Okay, another data definition, some name can be there. So, and another data term, some last name. And here I just give some text here, some name. Okay, last name also, some name. You can put any value there. So some name. And here I defined, so this is another data term, and say some father's name. And here I define data definition, some name. So like this, we added some data. Okay. This is one field set I am having. I will create another field set. Two field sets we are designing. And in the second field set, I am giving here as city. So state. Okay. This is okay. Some city. Okay. And this is state and some state. Okay. And here postal code, some postal code, some code, something like this we defined. Actually, these are nothing but two categories of information is present. And you can see that two field sets can display like this. Two field sets are there, and every field set is having a frame, is having a frame. And see what we are doing now, because we already learned here data term can be, so background color as gray, and color as white, and we will give margin bottom as 10 pixels. Okay, that is data term is configured. And one more is, wherever data list is there, we will put display as grid, and grid template columns, it will take 3 fractions and 9 fractions. And you can see that all these will display in this way. And wherever data terms are there, let's put a padding. So padding of 4 pixels, that will be fine. That means these are all the options we are defining. And this is field set actually. This is field set. And observe carefully here. Now, wherever you are using field set, I am writing field set. For every field set, margin bottom, I am giving 20 pixels. Every field set margin bottom is 20 pixels. Some space between the field set is there. Now, the interesting part here is this field set can have a legend. This legend will say that this is personal information. Personal information. Okay. And what this legend will do? This legend will tell that this is address information. This is address information. And the legends looks like this. That means now you can see this is the legend personal information, and this is the legend address information. Now let's do some editing for this. That means wherever you have the legend, so we given background color as black, and we given color as white. We given padding as 4 pixel, and I given text alignment as center. Then you can see, and suppose width is some 200 pixel, then legend looks like this. That means you can keep it center, you can keep it left, you can keep it right. Then, and very important is, now here some more presentation types. That means suppose it is width 150 pixels, then it will display in this way. Now, when you are presenting, actually there are so many ways of presenting. For example, these frames and containers, we can keep with shadow. Box shadows will be there. I will show you here one extra effect here. So CSS shadow effect, shadow, how to apply. Actually, to apply CSS shadow, we have two important options available, which you can try. We have box shadow, and we have text shadow. We have two options, box shadow, text shadow. Box shadow, actually, it is used for any container. For any container, you can use box shadow. Text shadow, it is only for text. Only for text you have to use text shadow. And both have same options actually. That means options are nothing but syntactically both are written like this. One is box shadow. Box shadow will use horizontal. That means horizontal pixels, H pixel. I will give horizontal pixel, and V pixel, vertical pixel, horizontal pixel, vertical pixel, and blur. We will have blur pixels, blur pixel, and it will have color. Horizontal pixel, vertical pixel, blur pixel, and color. These are the values you have to give in the same order. In the same order. First value horizontal pixel, second value vertical pixel, third value blur pixel. You will see what are those. Same you have to do for same. Same you have to do for text shadow also. Text shadow also uses the same. So I will copy this. Text shadow will also use the same things. Same things. Let's see here. Suppose I'm giving the shadow for that. That means how we configure the content. See, now suppose for legend you want to apply some shadow like effect. So let's go here. And for the legend, the background color I will put as some yellow. Okay, background color is yellow, then color I will give as red. So background color yellow and red. Now see here, what we are doing is for this, I can give border also because we know border as 2 pixel solid, some red color border. Okay, border is also coming so that I can give to 1 pixel border, that will be fine. Border is there. I want shadow and see I am giving box shadow. First value horizontal pixel. I will give 0 pixel, 0 pixel, 0 pixel, and I will give the color as some black. Observe carefully, currently nothing is there. Okay, currently nothing is there. Let me zoom this for your visual sake and see nothing is there. So because all pixels are 0, horizontal I will give 5 pixel. Horizontal pixel. First value is horizontal and you see right side will come. That means the black shadow will come right side. That is horizontal. How much you are giving? 15. It will move 15 right side. I give here 10, then it will move 10 right side. So I give some 8, it will move 8 little bit. Now second value is vertical. I will give 8 vertical and you can see vertical means it comes down. That is vertical. Vertical little bit adjust. So then I can give 4. That means little bit vertical like this. I want to adjust horizontal also. I will give 4. So like this. But the black is dominating. Black is dominating. I want to reduce its dominance. Then I can click blur as 3 pixel. Then black will be blurred little bit. You will not have a solid black. And observe here, I will give 13 pixel, then so much blurred. The shadow is blurred. Blurred shadow will come. I want just only 5 pixel blurred. So that looks okay. That means you can see the shadow is blurred. That means it's not a solid shadow. It's a blurred shadow. That blurred we can configure and define in this way. That's how we can present. That means we can do this for everyone. That means you can even give this the same. Suppose border I am giving, I will apply the same for field set. I will apply the same for field set. Then field sets also will have same appearance. That means we are giving the appearance for the field set. We are giving the appearance for the legends. And we can give the appearance for entire page also, body. For entire page also we can give that appearance. That means, for example, I am writing directly like here. So body, and for body I am giving border as suppose 10 pixel, and it is some blue I will give as a color, and black I will give here, and we will keep padding as 30 pixel padding, and you can see entire body will apply. For entire body we are applying that here. So we can keep here everything. So border radius 50 pixel, then it will give the border radius like this. So we can define the content in this way. This is the way of presenting the field sets and legends. Legend alignment depends on text alignment you given. That means here you see legend text align is center. You can give text align right, then it will give right. There can be only one legend for that element. You cannot have multiple legends, and it can be right. So default it is left. You can keep it to center. center. So that is depending on your requirement, how you want to display and configure. So this is a simple concept that how you can apply a box shadow and how you can present the legends, terms and definitions. Now you can apply the same for text effects. For example, you see now, let's go into the design again. Now let's clean up this, and I copied that example for you, right? And let's see here. Now we will keep a heading here. We will keep a heading, and I given the heading as HTMLs, or say web technologies. And let's keep here the effect for heading. For heading I am defining so some heading font size as 60 pixels, because already heading is very large. Font size here. Text align as center. You can see text alignment center. And very important here is, for this now I am trying the box shadow 3 pixel 3 pixel 3 pixel, and some color as suppose some green or some gray. That is the shadow color I am applying for that box shadow, and it's not working for that text, it is working for container. Box shadow is for container, box shadow is not for text. For text, if you want to apply, we have to use a text shadow. Now the text will contain the shadow. So I'm giving here suppose the color as suppose yellow. So we are giving the color yellow, and we are giving some border as 1 pixel solid red color. And you see it will display like this for border, and you can see that background is there. Border will not come for text. For that you have other CSS options, right? Text border is for container, and border entire box shadow is for container. Here you can apply only for the text. That means now if I change this, the background color some black, and I want to apply, then it will be in this way. I'm using some heading padding. So padding 10 pixels, then it will have some space around. This is box shadow, text shadow. The horizontal vertical appearances that you can define according to the presentations. So right, that you can configure by using text shadow. This is example for text shadow. So how we define. So this is field set and legend, how we can use the field sets and legend. So many options are there now. Data list with terms and definitions. Next, details and summary, and that is collapsible, and field sets and legends, containers for presenting the contents. Next we have so ordered list. We have ordered list, how we can present the contents in various ways. Ordered list, technically ordered list is used for it is used for auto numbering. It is used for auto numbering. So generally it it is configured by using OL is ordered list. It comprises of collection of items defined with LI. So ordered list is a collection of items called LI. LI is a collection of items, right? Technically, the collection of items, how you define, how you configure. Syntactically, ordered list contains OL, and we have LI. Li contains item 1, and Li contains item 2. Item 2. So this is how we configured the items. You can add any number of items. Now what is the point here is, This is an auto numbering style. Auto numbering style. When you are displaying some list, you can give an auto numbering style. It looks like this actually. So suppose I'm configuring an OL. I will say ordered list. In that we have a list item. So HTML, another list item CSS, another list item JavaScript like this. Another list item jQuery. Some options are configured. Now you can see, so it is going to display this list with auto numbering. That means you will have numbering 1, 2, 3. This numbering can update automatically when you are adding elements, removing items. That means, so in between, in between, suppose I am adding any one more option like, so bootstrap, that is between CSS and CSS and JavaScript. Now automatically numbering will update to others. When you add an item, when you remove an item, automatically numbering updates. Here again, so many techniques are there. Means so many ways of presentation of ordered list and unordered list. Actually this is basic how it presents. Now general option is here, the numbering type, numbering type can be defined, by using type attribute. Which can be like this: OL type is equal to 1 or A or lowercase a, Roman characters or Roman I. These are the types that you can define. By default numbering is 1 2 3. You can change, it to alphabet, you can change it to Roman letters. Now you can configure with symbols, icons also. Later we will see that, right? Initially ordered list is only about numbers, and here I am defining by default. I am not giving any type. Then you can see its type is 1 2 3. Now let's go here, and ordered list type we defined as A. That means it will be A B C D. I defined the type as Roman letters, then it will be like 1 2 3 4 5. So you can change the numbering type. Default type is 1 2 3 like this. Now here again, so many doubts will come here. People who don't have basic computer knowledge. So, and once they come to learn computing technologies, some general doubts are very common for them. With proper computer knowledge in the back, computer knowledge means basic computer operating. Like if you know minimum how to prepare letters, documents, presentations, MS Office like things, general computer awareness is there. They will not have such doubts in computing technologies, but general people have. What is the first doubt from the general people who don't have a proper computer idea, right? Means technically they are not aware of that. The first doubt is, after Z which number will come, right? If there are more than 26 27 items, after Z which one will come? That is like a very big mystery question they asked, but that is a basic computer knowledge actually. In any computing system in the world, anybody who knows computers, he knows that when a numbering is given with ABC, right? Number is given with ABC, after A to Z in any computing system, it will be A, it will be AB, it will be AC, like that it will be up to AZ. After that BA, then it will be BZ. After ZZ, it will be AAA. That's a very common concept actually in computers. Everywhere it is very common. Suppose you see, we have a MS Excel. You know MS Excel. When we open MS Excel, you see here column numbers A, B, C, D are there, but hundreds of columns will be there. Then how they are numbered? After Z, it will be AA, AB, AC. That is already there everywhere. It is common concept actually, but sometimes people have a specific doubt on that actually. After that, what will happen? What will happen? It will follow the general computing methodology, right? Computing methodology. Roman letters, they have their unique reference. So, and numbers, they have their unique reference. But alphabet, they cannot have this reference, right? So I I'm already telling you again and again. So we are learning in the beginning levels, right? What is there in HTML, you will learn. What is not there in HTML, you will learn in later stage, CSS, effects, how you can control. Don't get excited in questions, because I am seeing online people are asking so many excited questions like how to keep this symbol, how to keep that symbol. You wait, right? Why you are in a hurry? Wait. When you, if you can wait, then you will get answer for everything, right? So it's not like I already told you 100 times. Again, I am telling you, don't get excited into the topics and questions. Just to follow what I am telling in the class, you will get answer for everything. At the end, if you haven't got an answer, then ask question. Understood? Right? I'm telling one point, somebody sent a message that how to put a comma, how to put a curly brace. He can't wait immediate. He want immediate answer for that solution, right? So these kind of questions and excitement will be there with you. Keep it with you, okay? Because it will be very difficult to handle all the scenarios in one level. Later you will learn about them, huh? Wait until the concept is discussed. Once you finish the concept, you will understand all the scenarios, okay? Right. So one attribute is clear, how we can define the type. Another important attribute is the numbering. You can define the level number to start with. You can define the level number to start with. By default, from which level the numbering is starting? With 1, it is starting ABC. Suppose I say 1, that means it is starting with 1, 2, 3, but I want to start with 100. Then you can define by using, so you can define by using start. Start with which level number? That means even if it is an alphabet, this start is a level number. That means with from which level you have to start. That means I want to start with some 101. Or if it is, suppose I want to start with 5, I will return like 5. Suppose if order list type is A, and I want to start with E, what to write? I want to start with E, what to write? We have to use start is equal to, not E, we have to write 5. Understood? This is level number. You are telling from which level to start. Which level to start. According to the numbering type, at that level, what numbering will come, it will take care. This is not that from where to start. It is from which level to start. It is from which level to start. That means if I given here start as 5, that means it will start with 5. If I say start with 51, it will start with 51. Right? If I say here type as A, then A51 will be AYAZBA, like that. That level number will be there. Level number will be there. If it is 5, then it will start with EFGHI. Right? How it is going to handle the level numbers and configure that, right? So we have two important options. One is start, another one is type. At which level number we have to start? And in the recent versions, you have another option. You can also reverse numbering. You can also reverse numbering. You can also reverse numbering. That means actually numbering only reversed, not the items are reversed, the numbers are reversed. Generally, this kind of option is used mostly while displaying dynamic elements. Dynamic elements means when I add a new item, so the new item must be added at the top. That means automatically I want number 4, 5, 6, 7, like this order I want. Means 4, 3, 2, 1, like that order I want. In such cases, you have an option. You can use reversed. reversed as an attribute, reversed as an attribute. But very important, I hope you already know. So alphabet don't have a reverse numbering. That means what happens? Suppose I said, so 3, 2, 1. After 1, what will be there? 0. After 0, what will be there? -1, -2, like this. What about alphabet? Alphabet is suppose C, after C, B, after B, A. After A, there is no negative alphabets. So it will be 0 only again. Understood? It will follow the same technique everywhere. So there is no negative, then it will follow with these options. That means suppose I defined here. So type is suppose I given as 1 and start at 5 or start at suppose 3 or something. It will be displaying like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if I am defining as reversed, I'm adding reversed. Reversed will be in this way: 3, 2, 1. After that 0 and 1. Because you say start at 3, that means from 3 it will start, but in reverse order it will give numbering. If it is A, type A is also same. That means it will be CBA. After that it will be 0, -1. These kind of numbering styles are required, especially when you are dealing with the elements dynamically. Later, when you use JavaScript and jQuery like things, you will see this kind of numbering is used regular. So this is reversed option, how you can configure reverse. You can even give regional language numbering also, right? Hindi numbering, Telugu numbering, Tamil numbering, all this is CSS. You can put with different symbols. You can put in a circle, you can put in a square, you can put in a different presentation. CSS, everything. So as of now, we just need to know how to write an ordered list and what are the attributes for that ordered list. Now this ordered list have so many presentation styles, we will see them. That means a list can have another list inside it. List items can be side by side. We can have multi-level numbering of list. We can configure multi-level numbering of list. That we'll see in our next session, right? Tomorrow we will continue with that. Okay. So tomorrow, as usual, we will continue our session, regular session. Okay. And after tomorrow sessions, I will give you some exercises now, right? So that you can do those exercises for Sunday, right? I will give you some exercises. You have to do them and submit them. So based on what topics we discussed up to now, I will give you some assignments. You have to try them. Okay. So then tomorrow we will continue. We will see the other options of these ordered list, how to present in various ways. Some examples we will see how ordered lists are used. Okay, right.